He was called El Patron, the king of cocaine. To some, a ruthless murderer. To others, a modern-day Robin Hood. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria wasn't just a drug lord, he was a storm that swept through Colombia, shaking the foundation of power, wealth, and fear. This is the story of how one man rose from the slums to become the most feared criminal in the world, and how his empire crumbled in blood, fire, and betrayal. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born on December 1, 1949, in Rio Negro, Colombia, and raised in Medellin. His father, a farmer, his mother, a school teacher. But Pablo had no interest in living a modest life. From a young age, he craved power, money, and respect. As a teenager, he stole tombstones, resold them, and later moved into car theft. But petty crime wasn't enough. Escobar wanted more. He wanted the world to remember his name. By the 1970s, cocaine was exploding in demand across the United States, and Pablo Escobar saw this as a golden ticket. Escobar joined forces with smugglers, killers, and opportunists to build the Medellin cartel. What began as small shipment hidden in plain tires quickly evolved into an empire. By the 1980s, Escobar controlled 80% of the world's cocaine trade. Planes, boats, submarines, every possible route was his. And at its height, the cartel was smuggling 15 tons of cocaine into the United States every single day. And the money? Astronomical. Escobar's wealth soared to over 30 death. By the mid-1980s, Escobar's power threatened to swallow the entire Colombia state. He even became a congressman, using politics to shield himself. But when the Minister of Justice exposed his criminal ties, Escobar had him assassinated in broad daylight. The violence escalated. A bomb at Bogota's DS building killed over 50 people. A commercial plane, Avianca Flight 203, was blown out of the sky on Escobar's order. 107 souls lost, just killed by one man. Escobar had crossed every line. The government, with the US support, launched an all-out war. The DEA, CIA, and Colombian Special Forces united with one goal: hunt down Pablo Escobar. But Escobar was cunning. In 1991, facing extradition to the United States, he struck a deal. He would surrender, but only if he would build his own prison. What emerged was not a prison, but a palace, La Catedral. Escobar lived in luxury, hot tubs, football field, private chefs. From inside, he continued to run the Medellin cartel. When the government finally tried to transfer him, Escobar simply walked out of his prison and vanished into the air. The most wanted man in the world was free again. The manhunt intensified. A special Colombian unit called the Search Block, tracked and backed by the US intelligence, closed in. At the same time, Escobar's enemy formed a vigilant death squad known as Los Pepes. Former allies turned hunters. They slaughtered Escobar's associate, destroyed his network, and left him isolated. For 2 years, Escobar was a ghost, hiding in safe houses, moving constantly, protected only by a dwelling circle of loyal men. His empire was crumbling, his wealth evaporating, his power fading. On December 2nd, 1993, just one day after his 44th birthday, Pablo Escobar made a fatal mistake. He called his son from a safe house in Medellin. The call was traced. The search block surrounded the neighborhood. Escobar tried to escape across the rooftops, but the chase ended in a hail of bullets. Pablo Escobar, El Patron, the king of cocaine, lay dead on the rooftop. His bloodied body sprawled in the sun. Some say he was killed by police. Others claim he pulled the trigger on himself, choosing death over capture. The truth remains uncertain, but one thing is for sure: the reign of Pablo Escobar was finally over. Escobar's death brought relief to Colombia, but the scars of his empire remain. He left behind thousands of corpses, broken families, and a country torn by violence. To some, he was a savior. To others, a monster. But in the end, Pablo Escobar was neither God nor a devil. He was a man who built an empire on blood and cocaine and paid the ultimate price. His story is a warning. No empire built on fear lasts forever. And even the most powerful king cannot outrun his death sentence.